she doesn't need nails. She's either there because
She's being a snoop.
right.
Right.
And the other old woman kind of looks down and looks at the steel, the weaponry that Garfeld has on his blacksmith table, and she reaches out and she pokes the longsword like it's a fucking snake that's gonna bite her. And she's like, I don't understand why you insist on making these garishly horrible things, Garfeld. Nothing out here could possibly bother us. It's not like there are mercenaries tramping through the wilderness, tramping through the countryside.
She says next to a mercenary.
That's the point. Besides, if anything did come out here, Rastigan is only a 2 days' travel. They will be here within 2 days to help us. And all he does is he's just looking through the crap that Miri had. He thumbs through the papers and stuff. He just looks at the crap. He's super interested in it. And when she's talking to him, he reacts. It's nodding.
He's just being annual.
What's very different from how he interacted with Miri. It's very different from how he...
Which is more genuine.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, as a reminder, the two main things that she collected of most importance, I would say, is the really old ratty book that was, like, glued together that was about, like, alternative forms of magic. That was the big one. And the other one, it was like the most read book in the area.
Yeah.
And the other one was the weird face skin book thing. But,
yes.
If you remember, she did take all the weaponry and whatnot, all the gear basically off of the caravan people that she thought was worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, as he's looking at the book, she's going to also take out those pieces of weaponry. She's going to drop them on the word service and say, you got anything you could tell me? You can have these in turn. I'm sure you could smelt them down into something, or you can keep them. Whatever you want to do.
So it's at that moment that you said that his hand was clasped around the heavy Facebook and he was about to pull it out.
Oh.
And then he sees the weapons and that pulls his attention away from that particular item.
Right.
And the whole time the two old women are prattling, you just need to make nails. We need more horseshoes, Garfeld. Oh, my iron lamp in my study, Garfeld. I was hoping you could hammer out the dents. It fell off while I was changing the coal in it the other day. And the whole time he's just, he picks up the dagger, he examines it, and he moves his thumb along it.
Because I think whatchamacallit work? I forget the term. It's not like the fanciest, but they're not bad. It's something work. What is the word? Help me.
With what?
What type of weapons they are?
Masterwork?
Masterwork, that was the word. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And he takes the dagger, the first dagger, and he looks at it, and he leans over his table. And now he's stopped. He's whatever you have done now. You have his attention now, and he shows you something on the blade. He taps it.
She leans in to look.
See that right there?
What do I see?
And it's a marking. It's a blacksmith's marking.
Oh, it's the signature mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're stamped and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sets it down. He picks up one of his daggers.
Huh?
And taps it.
Is it the same one?
It's the same mark.
She's like, man of good talent.
People you were traveling with.
Yeah.
They come through here.
If they did, it was before I was with them.
Selling these. It's been a...
He takes a very sad, emotional breath.
Oh.
It's been a long time since Garfeld sold a weapon. You said you were guarding a caravan, is that right, lass?
That's right.
This caravan didn't make it.
She'll tell him that the zombified people that she had to fight her way through, she's fairly certain that was the caravan members. They had been turned by that necromancer bastard. Piss Pants. She'll call him that too. She'll call him Piss Pants and tell him how she made him piss his pants.
He blows air forcefully out through his nostrils.
That's his version of a laugh. Excellent. She'll take it.
And he takes all of the weapons and he puts them into a little pile and he counts them.
There's one missing.
Is there? I thought I grabbed everything.
4 daggers. 4 long swords. It was,
Looks over at the women. He just takes another deep breath.
I was sending them to rest again. Sending them off to the magistrates in the city. See if it was good enough for me to open up shop there.
And they are like,
And so... The people that you had sent to deliver them, can you describe them for me?
she describes your
He?
sorry, he describes your companion caravaneers.
Miri just looks pissed off and she slams her fist on the table. Those bastards. They did you wrong. How far is rest against 2 days?
It's 2-day travel.
Let's think so. Tell you what. You got a lot of nails here. Looks like you probably got a lot of horseshoes too.
He looks over at another box that's nearby, and you notice that box is filled with horseshoes.
Looks like the people around here, she says very loudly, have plenty of both to get them by without you, my dear friend. Seems to me your work may be needed elsewhere. Seems to me that it would be a good deed on my part to maybe have these delivered. Well, these might be used. Are they used?
No, they don't appear to be used.
All right. Seems to me like it might be a good idea, a good investment, you could say, to have these delivered by my own hand to rest again in your name.
You needn't go through all the trouble, Les.
That ain't
I'm
trouble
not
for
even
me.
sure that
sir.
I'm good enough to be among the blacksmiths and other artisans of rest again.
She just shakes her head and she Can I try to do something?
Sure.
He's going to pick up, I think, okay, there was one of these was, is there like an axe?
No, it's
There's no axe.
no, he didn't say what the missing weapon was, but the only thing that you picked up were 4 masterwork daggers and 4 masterwork longswords.
Okay, she's gonna pick up one of the long swords. She's good with the long sword, that's what she uses. And, she's gonna try to make a whole elaborate scene where, she's gonna take the longsword and she's gonna use it to, she's gonna overhead wham! I have shatter, and she is going to literally. I don't want to do it to his table because he's using it, but maybe like one of those buckets of fucking horseshoes or some shit, barrels of horseshoes. I have Shattering Strike. She's going to make a big old scene using that badass sword that he made and just slice that fucking barrel in half and just destroy it. And just to show him how good his weapon is.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? I have Shattering Strike.
Nothing.
I have the ability to do this.
I don't need you to do anything. So she brings the long sword up over her
I
head.
also have overhand chops.
And she brings it down on this crate, and all of the townspeople, at this point,
Their muscle bulging.
you have lost the town. The cartographer is like he kind of puts his hands to his mouth. There's one old guy in the back that's like missing an eye. That's like, that's right, honey. But the grandmas like gather their children around and like put their heads to their bosoms as this blade comes down. Not like that. Brings the sword down on this box and just shatters it. The nails go everywhere. There's so many nails.
No, the horseshoes.
Oh, the
'cause I didn't want
horseshoes?
the horseshoes are harder or easier to pick back up.
Okay. So the horseshoes, there's still so many horseshoes. They go everywhere.
yeah.
The box is in splinters. He looks over and he just a forceful blast of air out of his nose, and he says, "That was my box."
She just swings. She does like some kind of cool trick and just swings the sword around and puts it on her shoulder, and she's like, "This is a nice sword."